Today's a special day because I get to review the greatest Seiko of all time. Let's get into it! Yes, and welcome to the Mad Watch Collector Show. And today, yes, I think I'm going to show you possibly the greatest Seiko ever. In my eyes, anyway. And amazingly, this show is part of many that I like to call Buying at BQ. They are the #1 place to buy or sell your luxury watch in 2026. With a 14-day money-back guarantee, a 2-year warranty, and the highest rating on Trustpilot, and getting the MWC seal of approval, there is no better place for you than BQ. Now, it's not often BQ sell Seiko watches, okay? And if they do, it's usually because they're a bit pricey, you know, not your normal Seiko 5 watches, yeah? Today, I'm showing off a watch that, well, I've lusted after. It's the only watch these days that gets my juices flowing. This Seiko watch is a reissue of an absolute legend. And if you like your Seiko dive watches like me, well, this watch is probably very high up there. But why is it cool? Why do I lust after it? And what does the wife think? Are you, Seiko legend diver, ready? Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing to you the SJE 093J1. To me, and my eyes, this is Seiko perfection. Now, this is a reissue that came out a couple of years ago that was based on the first dive watch Seiko ever did back in 1965, called the 62 MAS, and it is a like-for-like size copy. In the past, Seiko have done reissues of the 62 MAS, but in a 41 or a 39mm case. This one is true to the original. For all intents and purposes, this looks like you picked it out from a Seiko store in 1965 to do a little bit of 60s skin diving. The whole watch is surprisingly heavy, considering we have a rubber tropic strap and it's just the case of the watch that is stainless steel. This has beautiful straight lines, amazing sized crown, phenomenal looking grey sunburst dial, superb teethed bezel, drilled lugs. For me, it's a thing of beauty. Quick spec check! So we got a 37mm diameter case. The watch is 12.5mm thick, 46mm lug to lug. Now, as you can see, we have a boxed sapphire crystal protecting the dial. We have an absolutely phenomenally sized crown that is signed, and you know, when you're spending this money, you expect the crown to be signed. This watch is water resistant to 200 meters. It is ISO certified, which means this is a proper dive watch. We have a screw down case back showing the dolphin emblem, which is the same as we had on the original in 1965. We have an anodized black insert in this stainless steel bezel. It's 120 clicks, unidirectional. The clicks are, well, it's a spongy 1G Seiko, but it feels very refined, like the Marine Masters. Just on another level to your 500 to 600 to 1,000 pound Seiko dive watch. This feels lovely. There is absolutely no backplay whatsoever. We've got a loom pip at the 12 o'clock, just like the original. Fidgetability, high. Super. This watch comes with a few straps. On it right now is the Tropic strap, stainless steel tang buckle that I have never seen this looking thing on a Seiko before. The quality of it is very good and what you expect with this sort of price. It all feels very premium and on another level to anything, you know, under £1,000. I mean, this is the Godfather. This is the chief. It feels like it. You know, it feels special. It is special, let's be fair.
Could you just click that like button, please? It really helps the channel. Thank you.
Okay, let's look at the face. Dial time. Now listen, you guys know I'm not a massive fan of a date window with watches, but when it comes to Seiko, well, you sort of have to expect it. They do think that all of us, divers, pilots, you know, artistes, actors, cocktail makers, we all need a date window. And so you've got to live with it. Now, as the very first diver the 62 mass had a date window at 3 o'clock. It's right that it should be on this reissue. This time it is beautifully framed, and that framing matches the rest of the indices, which are just on another level. Love the baton handset with the loom pip at the end of the seconds hand that almost matches that 12 o'clock marker. And how awesome and chunky is that 12 o'clock applied marker. Notice we do not have a Prospex logo on the dial. Thank you, Seiko. It would have felt a little bit wrong if a true reissue had the Prospex logo on that. This is almost perfection, people. Now, when you're spending a lot of money on a Seiko, expect the loom to be darn good. Out of 10, how much does this puppy glow? Luma Bright all over that bad boy. Very impressive. Wasn't shocked. It's a Seiko diver. Now, powering this bad boy is a 6L37. And it was one of the first 6L movements to go in a dive watch. Now, the beauty with the 6L line is that it is quite slim. I think this movement is about 3.7 millimeters thick, which is pretty insane given the fact that this is an automatic movement. So we have a free flowing rotor on the back end of it. It sweeps away at a beautiful 4 hertz, 28,800 beats per hour, has 45 hours of power reserve, 26 joules, and will lose or gain what Seiko sort of approximate to around plus 15 to minus 10 seconds a day. Now, for the sort of money that this watch is, some people would question why the 8L movement wasn't put in this watch. The 8Ls are pretty much Grand Seiko movements, just without the decoration. However, 8L movements tend to be quite chunky. To keep the slender 12-millimeter thickness, the 6L movement was the obvious choice. How much they wanted to charge you was another thing. It doesn't feel like a normal Seiko movement, not like a 4R or a 6R. It feels more refined.
Hello.
On my 6.5-inch wrist, I want it really badly. This is the watch that ends all Seiko divers for me. There will be a lot of you out there with larger size or, average size wrists where you may feel it may not fit very well. On my 6.5 inches, it's perfect for me. I always love a reissue that keeps those classic dimensions, the 37, the 12.5 thick, the 46 lug to lug. This is one heck of a special Seiko. What I would say, even though we do have a more classic size here in a 37mm, the strap, I'd say, would at least fit an 8.5 to 9 inches. There's that much extra holes to choose from in case you actually want to wear it over a wetsuit. This is the one for me. Wonder if the wife will let me buy it. Hell no! That's what I'm worried about. So there we go, the SJE093J1. What do you guys think? And if you are Seikopaths like me and you love your Seiko dive watches, do you think that this is the be-all and end-all like I do? Or do you lean towards more of the 6105s, the Willards, or the SKX? Seiko are one of my favourite brands, probably are my favourite brand. And to have the ultimate reissue of their first dive watch in the proper sizes, for us collectors, it doesn't get much better than that. The only problem is the price. Now, in August 2023, when these watches came out, and there were only 1,965 of them around the world, they were going for £3,200. Now, due to its popularity and demand, these Seikos have done something quite unusual and gone up significantly in price, which is annoying. Now, BQ are selling this watch right now on their website for £5,750. Now, to me, that sounds very expensive, but if you do Google this reference on the pre-owned market, they're around that price. Me personally, I would probably be wanting to get under the £5,000 mark, and it doesn't hurt if you are interested in this watch and you want to put in a cheeky offer, you could get lucky. I'm annoyed that I didn't buy this watch when it first came out, and the heart wants what the heart wants. Will the heart get? Probably not, but mark my words, I will get one of these one day. So here it is, my wife's thoughts on pretty much my favourite Seiko, which may be my favourite watch of all time. Is this what you dragged me out to see? It looks very boring, just a boring looking watch, nothing fancy about it. Please don't tell me the price, because it's just going to get me annoyed. Get it away. Shatter my dreams, wifey. I don't think she's going to let me sell the car or one of our kids in order to fund one of these bad boys. But that's the way it goes. Thank you so much to BQ for sending this watch in. It is on the website right now. Put in a cheeky offer. You never know. And check out the rest of the watches that are on there. There are some phenomenal Grand Seikos that I'm going to be showing off soon on here too. But if you watched up till this point, you are legendary. And if you want to show a bit more support to the Mad Watch Collector channel, we got a Patreon. See the shows early, blooper reels, behind the scene footage, private group chat, and get your name credited at the end of every show like this phenomenal lot, what? But if I've got you here for a few more minutes, and I hope I have, why don't you check this? This playlist is phenomenal. I have reviewed some amazing watches at BQ Watches. Go and check these out. Some absolute gems. Go on. You'll love it. Go on, click it. Oh, God. Love this watch. Click it. Click it. Click it.